Welcome to the Ultraflex Football podcast, where we are not talking that much about football, just a little bit. We're just here to have fun during the offseason, even though football actually starts tomorrow. Hall of Fame game.
I thought this was called the Ultraflex Offseason.
I don't know. I forgot. We're just here, we're chatting it up.
It's been a little while.
Gotta shake off the rust, but I'll be here. My name is Anthony Sutton. If this is your first time tuning in, I'm here with Robbie Green.
What's up?
And Ryan Wheeler.
Hello. So normally what we do, if this is your first time listening, is we find ourselves a random album or just some album that we might like, and then we take the songs in that album and we try to fit the song titles into our podcast at some point. We try to split it up evenly. So like I have 5, I think. Rob has 5. Tony has 4 this week. But we're going to do things differently. We're going to tell you what the song titles are this week, the ones that we have to say. That way you can listen for them throughout the podcast. Otherwise, if you don't know the song titles, you'll have no idea why we're saying stupid stuff. Like, why did they say that? Well, it's probably because we're trying to get a song title in. So Tony, Anthony, Ultraflex Sutton.
My song titles are Was It 26? The Devil Named Music, Outlaw State of Mind, and Sometimes I Cry.
All right, and Ultraflex Rob.
Yes, I got Traveler, Fire Away, Tennessee Whiskey. Probably heard of that one. Parachute, and Whiskey and You.
All right, and I have... Oh, by the way, this is all from Chris Stapleton's Traveler album. I have Nobody to Blame, More of You, When the Stars Come Out, Daddy Doesn't Pray Anymore, and Might As Well Get Stoned.
Might as well. We're going to go start off with my segment where I'm going to tell a few jokes, and then we are going to be drafting things that are oddly satisfying, which is a little bit different. We haven't done anything like that in a while, so we'll see what we can come up with. But we have any music for my segment for this Ultraflex off-season? All right. I got 3 jokes. I'm going to say them in my favorite order, so least funny to most funny. I was trying to judge if they were bad. They're kind of bad. All right. 2 tampons are walking down the street. Which one says hi first?
Oh, no.
I don't know.
Neither. They're both stuck up bitches.
What was
I was just trying. I don't want to say a bad word. You know?
Oh my god! All right.
What is the difference between an enzyme and a hormone?
Why do I feel like you did this one before?
Dude, I know this one. Yeah.
Definitely didn't.
Someone's told me this one time, and I can't think of it.
You can't hear an enzyme.
Yes. That's right. I feel like that one's definitely...
I feel like you said that one. Did you?
That one might have been...
I did not.
Where did I hear that? Man.
That one is always funny. And the last one, actually, I heard it on Travis and Jason Kelsey's podcast. I don't actually listen to it, but I saw a clip of it somewhere on Twitter or Instagram, and I just thought it was hilarious. So I'm just going to repeat it in case someone did not hear it. So there are 3 guys sitting at a table hanging out. One guy, he's like, man, I'm really fast. I think I might be the fastest guy in the world. So they go out, he times himself, he sends it in to see if he's the fastest guy in the world, and waits for his results. There's another guy, he's like, man, I'm tall. I'm really tall. I might be the tallest man in the world. So they measure him, send in the results, and then he waits to see if he's the tallest man in the world. The third guy is like, man, I have a really small dick. I might have the smallest dick in the world. He measures it, sends it in, and waits for his results. So they're hanging out. A couple weeks later, they get their results in. First guy opens up his envelope. He's the fastest man in the world. Second guy gets his envelope. He's the tallest man in the world. Third guy gets his envelope, and he says, who the fuck is Rob Green?
Nice. Very funny.
I'm glad you chose Rob.
I was like, where is this going?
I like how you wouldn't say bitches, but you're throwing F-bombs and dicks and...
That one is just like that is just witty. That is funny. I like that one a
That's
lot.
a very good joke.
Rob didn't seem like it.
Funny stuff.
Well, you just told Rob he had the tiniest penis in the world, so...
Yeah, so now we're going to switch over to the drafts. Like I said, we'll be drafting oddly satisfying things. And I'll let Ryan play some music, and then I'll let you know the order.
Did we say that already?
So the order is Rob, Ryan, and myself. Rob, what do you have as the most oddly satisfying thing in the world?
I feel like I kind of struggled with this. I was looking up some lists on Google, and there's a lot of weird things that people find satisfying that just really don't do it for me, I guess. But I will go with squeezing out a blackhead or popping a pimple.
Oh, yucky.
I really like popping the pimples, but I do like squeezing out the blackheads.
Ugh.
Megan would
I'll go with
definitely agree with you. She loves to pop my pimples.
Dude, you guys ever do those face mask things?
Yes.
That you put, and then you like peel it off and you look at it and it's like, oh,
Pulls all the extra stuff out of the pores, yeah.
yuck. That is so gross. I only have 4 of these written down, so I really hope you guys don't take any of mine. Otherwise, I'm going to be sitting here like, we're only going 3 rounds, right?
Yep.
All right. Good one, Rob. I'm going to go with just that feeling of relief that you get when you crack your knuckles or your neck or something like that. Just that like pop, and then you go, oh. Sometimes you crack your neck and you just sit there for a second like, all right, I didn't die. That's good.
Make sure you're still alive.
You know, some people take their neck like this.
The neck freaks me out. I don't know how people do that.
Yeah, that freaks me out too.
Yeah, no. Nice back crack sometimes feels good, though.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that one. That's a good one. I got 2 in a row here. I'm going to go with my first one as... I don't really know why, but I could watch somebody wash a window, especially if we're like high up in like, you know, 3rd floor. I mean, skyscraper, obviously. But like if you're high up and you're watching someone clean a window with a squeegee, I could watch that all day. So that's going to be my first one.
Does it have to be a squeegee? Or can I just be like squirting and wipe it with a paper towel? Is that going to do it for you?
Gotta be a squeegee, because then they change the whole way they do it. It's got to be a squeegee. Second one for me is going to be when you are cutting wrapping paper and the scissors start to glide.
Oh, that is good. Yeah,
That is
that
like
one. That is good.
that is like the best feeling.
That's
You're wrapping
very
the
good.
Christmas presents, and you get the good slide. Yeah, like it.
All right, those are 2 good ones. I'm gonna go with that feeling like you have telepathy or something, because you think of someone and then all of a sudden they text you or they call you. Just that whole thing. I love that. That is so cool when you're like, oh, I haven't texted this dude in forever, and all of a sudden you look at your phone, it's like, bloop, hey, he just texted me. That's so cool. I love that. So satisfying.
It's kind of the same, maybe a little different. But you ever like swear, like deja vu, like swear, like you've either dreamt that or like that's what I think of when I hear that. But
Deja vu is pretty dope.
Deja vu is, I don't know if I would consider it satisfying though. It's almost freaky.
It's not satisfying. It's freaky.
It's kind of scary more than anything else.
Because you always feel like something bad happened next, right? It's like, I feel like I've done this before and I need to make a different decision this time around. Does it not feel like that for you guys too, or is it just me?
A lot of times for me, it's just like a 1 second scene where I'm like, I don't know what happens next, but I know I've seen this before.
That's kind of how I feel. Yeah, I feel like that's how it is for me too. It doesn't last too long, but it's like this feels too similar. It's like eerie. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
You get
Rob,
long stretches of deja vu, huh?
Apparently, I've lived many lives, or the same life over and over, and I keep making the same mistakes. So,
All right.
That's just
So I
called
get two.
seeing the future.
yeah,
These are my last two coming up, right? We're doing 3 rounds.
that's correct.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to go with something that I like doing as a kid, peeling glue off of your fingers. Something about that was always satisfying. Like in school, you get the little bit of extra glue on your finger, and then you'd wait for it to harden, and you'd peel it off.
Mm-hmm.
That's good stuff. Just don't use the super glue. I don't know
Or
from
hot
experience,
glue.
but hot glue, yeah, don't do that. And I'm debating between 2 here that both have to do with winter. Since we're Buffalo. I'm gonna go with breaking like the thin sheet of ice over like a puddle, and it gets that real thin ice over it.
Yeah.
That's another thing. I remember being a kid and you just be like walking around at school or wherever, like in a parking lot, and you get the little puddles, and there's just a tiny little bit of ice, and you just jump in it, and that satisfying feeling when it just breaks, or just very slowly push it down.
Yeah, or like
crack.
You get that frozen grass, and you walk over, and it's just like crunch.
The crunch, yeah.
Yep.
I like that too.
As I was looking at lists to look at some options here, crunching leaves was very, very popular on that list.
People love they love that weird. What was that called? We
That's
talked
the
about
whole, ASMR. The sound
ASMR.
things,
Yeah. People love that stuff, man. I don't get it. Let's see. All right. I'm gonna go with that feeling when you have been like dig, not with your fingers, but like with your tongue or something. You've been digging at something in your teeth, and finally it just pops out, and you're like, "Oh, I got it! Yes!" You don't even need a toothpick. Like you reach out for a toothpick, and you go, oh, "I don't need it," and you put it away. And you're like, "Yeah," or you throw it out because they're
It's always the popcorn kernels for me.
Yeah, but it's so satisfying when you get it finally out of your teeth.
Or pretzels. Eat some pretzels. They always get stuck in my teeth. I like a soft pretzel, like the hard pretzels.
Right.
Yeah.
I definitely get a lot of popcorn in there. For me, last choice, let me see. I'm not going to pick it, but honorable mention before I get my third one is if you have like Halloween candy, which is kind of crazy, that's kind of already coming up, where you get Starburst and there's 2 pink in there, just insanely satisfying. But I will say, I guess it's kind of similar to window cleaning, but like I go on a binge of watching people pressure wash like driveways.
I almost picked that one. Pressure washing. Yeah, that's a good one.
Pressure washing, I can just watch like videos, or like obviously like if I'm doing it myself. But there's a lot of videos now where people pressure wash stuff for free, and like that's how they get paid is the videos they post. So I'm the one that's supporting all that because I watch that for hours.
Nice.
Yep. That's a good
Same
one.
thing with like mowing a lawn that was overgrown and watching it come back to properly kept. That's very satisfying as well.
Or like when people do those patterns in their yards. I don't know how they do it, dude. That's amazing. I love seeing that.
Yep.
Yeah, looking like a baseball field out there.
Yeah. I had another honorable mention for like when you're driving and you just make a light and you just like watch it turn as you're going under it. You're like, yes, I got light privilege today, baby.
The best part is when you get like a streak of those.
Yeah.
Or like you get under it just as it's turning like yellow. Like you just sneak under it for like 3 or 4 in a row. That's the best.
So satisfying.
Feel like unstoppable.
Yeah.
for about 10 seconds.
Yep.
And then you get one of those days where you hit the red on all those and you, not great.
Say some bad 4-letter words.
Yes.
Rob, do you have any honorable mentions, or is that your list?
The other one I was thinking that had to do with winter was knocking the icicles like off your house. I love knocking the icicles down.
That was good.
Yeah.
Some of the big ones were dangerous. Like, depending on how high
Don't
they
stand
were.
underneath it when you do it.
There was actually a mail carrier in this area a couple years ago that was walking, delivering mail, and a huge chunk of ice came down and hit her and like knocked her out. Holy shit! Our job's dangerous, baby.
I can see how it happened. Like, if you're not paying attention,
Walk under the big icicles.
you could just open your door and come outside, and all of a sudden there's a monster icicle.
And it's also why you got to knock them down when you can. So
Yeah.
that they don't fall on you accidentally when you walk out of your door.
Sometimes I cry when I get hit in the head with an icicle. But with that being said, we're going to switch over to Rob's segment and do some trivia.
That might have been one of the smoothest transitions of our podcasting career here.
That was solid.
I don't mean to pat myself on the back, but like really good.
So as usual, I will run through some trivia. Kind of like the last episode, I did not write any down this time, so we'll just go for a little while till you get sick of it. Let's see, we're doing kids trivia again because you guys didn't seem to like regular trivia.
It's good
and
wait,
that's good and bad because then if we get it wrong, then it's like really bad.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember, how did we do this last time? Did we? I read the question and there's first one to say it got it, and he each got one try.
Yeah,
I think that's how.
I beat Tony by like 10.
By a lot.
Less.
I do remember
Yeah.
that. Okay, so we're gonna pick a random spot in this list to start.
Was it 26 that you beat me by?
No.
I don't think we have that many questions.
No, it wasn't that many questions.
So I'll read the question, and you guys can fire away with your answers. First one to get it is the winner of that round. All right. Question 1: how much is the diameter? That doesn't make any sense. How much is the diameter of a basketball hoop? I guess it makes sense.
10 inches.
12 inches. A foot.
It's 18 inches.
What? I feel like I should make every shot I take with an 18-inch brim.
I was
Wait,
trying to get. I was trying to like remember in my hands like how big a basketball is, and I haven't touched a basketball since you guys were down here.
Did you say the diameter or the circumference?
The diameter.
Okay, I thought so. I was like, dude, there's no way. If it was circumference.
Circumference would be way more than that. Yeah. Okay. What do honeys? No, let's try again. What do bees produce?
Honey.
Honey.
There,
I'm the smartest
there's a good
man
one. I gave you that one. Who wrote Romeo and Juliet?
Shakespeare.
Yep.
Yeah, these are very poorly worded. They just wrote who wrote Romeo and Juliet.
Kids probably wrote it, Rob. That's probably
You know what?
why.
You could be right here. All right. How many colors are there in a rainbow?
7.
Red, orange, yellow, green,
Yep, you're
blue,
right.
indigo, violet.
You
7.
know, I should probably keep track. What do we got? One each now?
No, I have 2.
If you give him
not
honey,
counting
if you got him
honey.
honey,
I don't get honey?
You don't get honey.
Okay.
Which planet is known to have the most gravity?
Earth.
Earth.
No. Jupiter.
Saturn. Oh.
Oh,
We
am I
only
supposed
get
to let you guess more than
Nope,
once?
we only get one.
Yeah, we're firing away one at a time. What is the fastest flying bird in the world?
The eagle.
No.
I'm trying to think.
Nobody to blame but yourself if you get it wrong here.
I know.
My Tennessee whiskey while I wait for your answer.
I don't even have a good answer to be honest with you.
More of you answering, less of you sitting here
Think I'll give you a hint.
pondering
Give
forever.
you a hint. There's an NFL team that is this.
Fel-
you can't.
Falcon.
I didn't get a hint. Okay, I got honey taken away. He gets that taken away. That's
All right,
some
fine.
BS.
It's specifically the peregrine falcon. All right,
yeah,
here
of
we
course.
go. This is
There's
one
no way.
for.
There's no way a kid knows that. First of all, hang on.
No,
There's
no
way.
chance.
Well, this is trivia for kids.
And I don't
Fun
even know what
trivia. Kids learning.
What's a peregrine falcon?
Peregrine.
Oh, see, I don't even know how to say
Could be
it.
saying it wrong. I don't know.
Okay.
What is the princess's name in Princess and the Frog?
Tiana.
Yep.
Would have never got that. Good.
Anthony's not
daughter's-
watching too many princess movies.
My daughter's name is from that movie. Evangeline.
What is the closest star to the Earth?
The sun?
Yep.
Man, dude. Uh-huh. Tony.
Here. You're up by 2. Hang on. We just started.
From which country did the Statue of Liberty come from?
France.
I think Anthony got you there.
Oh, I don't know. I want the replay. I started it and he finished it first.
No,
so
I definitely.
I think it was
beat
the opposite.
you. Yeah, I definitely beat you.
I can't wait to
You
listen to
said
this.
France faster, but Anthony started it first.
I cannot wait to listen. What do you think should count, though? The start or the finish? Is it how you start, Rob, or is it how you finish?
It's whatever I decide, and I'm going with Anthony there.
Okay.
Maybe the correct answer is whoever is losing gets the tiebreaker.
Oh,
Keep
I like
it closer for a little bit. Which animal is Baloo in the Jungle Book?
Bear.
Yep.
Tony,
I don't watch Disney, bro.
this is disappointing.
I'll try to skip over the Disney questions now. What is the fastest animal?
Cheetah.
Cheetah. Ooh, tie.
Definitely not a tie.
Tied. Even by like 2 seconds.
We might have to listen to that one back. I don't know. Oh, wow. This is a tough question. What will you get if you freeze water?
Ice. I had him again.
Nah, I'm going Anthony there.
Oh,
The tie goes to the loser.
it
There's
wasn't
no
a
way-
tie.
You know what? It could be poor internet.
I would say
Someone's
I,
out here.
I either have a delay or something because on my side I've beaten you like the last 3 times that we tied.
And I heard it coming from Anthony first, but you're very confident that you said it first. So I think there could be a little bit of delay issue.
There's got to
here.
be a delay. Maybe this isn't the best game ever.
France, I beat you like on my side by like 2 seconds.
No.
Well, so I should probably hear it okay.
Yeah,
right?
you should be the
Between
one
you
that should be
two,
able to
because
tell.
there's no lag from you guys coming to me.
and
Yeah.
France and ice, you heard me first both times.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Brian,
like we said, we'll have to wait and see on the playback here. We're at
Maybe
5
he's
to 3.
hearing it first, too, so that's not fair.
We're at
Maybe.
5. How are we looking
So-
time wise? We want to do play to 7.
we'll
Yeah, let's play
to
to
7.
7.
All right, so it's 5 to 3. Ryan's up. Let's see. How many chambers are there in the human heart?
4.
4.
Ryan
I think
gets it.
honestly Ryan got me that time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like
Yeah,
every
that
other
one wasn't
time.
even close. Oh, let's find not a super easy one.
The only reason I know that is because I had a kid. Like, that's... Otherwise, I would have no idea.
When is Valentine's Day celebrated?
February 14th.
February 14th. Yeah, you beat me.
Oh, there it is.
7. Got
Boom, baby.
smoked.
7 to 3.
Ryan's in an outlaw state of mind.
I am
Anthony needs a
a...
parachute to hold him up
child.
from sinking here. He's 0-2 in his last 2 episodes.
I know.
child's trivia master.
Good thing we're going back to football relatively soon. No more
Yeah.
Disney. No more Disney questions.
It's too bad we're not time travelers. We could jump to football right now.
Tony, you might as well get stoned. You were just as bad.
I mean, we
Just
might, as
as bad.
well, we might as well just get them all out of the way. So the devil named music. I don't have anything to go with that, so I'm just gonna throw it out there now.
Oh, you can't just throw it out there. I was being legit. You know, you might as well. Okay, so you know in the Bible,
Might as well get stoned.
yeah. So what I was going to say was, you know how like back in biblical days they would stone people, like if your kid disobeyed you.
I didn't live then, so I don't know.
Oh, this is you got to take the Bible as historical fact. So we don't have to, but let's pretend like it's historical documentation. Okay.
Okay.
In the Bible, if your child disobeys you, you just stone them to death, right? But maybe the interpretation isn't right. Maybe. Just maybe. What they meant was you get stoned with them till you're DED, dead. You know what I mean? So maybe you're just supposed to get stoned with your kid.
I think rule like 101 is to avoid political talk.
No, this wasn't political, dude. This is religious.
It's even better.
I meant to say politics and religion, but I stopped at politics.
Yeah, but
Which one do you think is worse to talk about on a podcast?
Religion.
You think so?
I think politics is worse.
I think politics is worse.
Yeah.
Because everyone agrees on religion, right?
I think. Yeah, we're not even.
Or
Gonna get on
did you get uncomfy when I when I started talking about the Bible?
No, I mean I don't. It doesn't bother me. Because I'm so uneducated when it comes to the Bible. So you can say anything you want. I'm gonna be like sure, but I'm gonna add zero input. But I think honestly, I prefer to be that way.
Well, I will say. Do you think that maybe that's what they meant though? Is like when you stone someone to
No.
death, maybe it didn't mean that you picked up rocks and threw stones at them.
No, I also don't think that.
No, maybe you just thought
Probably
that
not.
you smoked weed until you died.
I'm uneducated for religion and politics, so I'm just the perfect person to never talk about that.
I actually have been reading all of the major religions and spiritual works. Did you guys ever hear of Zoroastrianism? That's pretty cool too. You should look into that. It's the first.
Is it like Scientology or something?
No, it's the first monotheistic religion. It was actually the religion in Pakistan before Islam. Anyway, anywho, all right, so what are we doing here? Anyway.
We're going to your segment.
Trivia question? There?
We're going to
question?
Ryan's
No.
segment.
Oh, we're going to Ryan's segment. All right. Holy. I am like so unbelievably unprepared for this.
Love it.
We're just doing the rap.
Yeah, it's easy. We just gotta
Yeah.
throw some words out, right?
That's right. We're each going to give. Let's see. Should we do? Yeah, let's just do a word. One word
Two
each.
words?
Yeah, we can do 2 words.
Okay, perfect.
So write a rap that includes the words.
I can go first if you're
Yep.
ready.
Ready?
The words are whiskey and you.
You sly dog.
Mine are politics and religion.
All right. Mine will be Zoroastrianism.
Spell that.
Zoroastrianism. Okay, I really hope that's right. And let's go with Bible.
We're gonna break it. It's not gonna work.
It's gonna probably overload and say ain't happening. I just hope it starts with yo yo yo. Yes.
Yo, yo,
Has it not started with that yet?
Last week it was so disappointing because I typed it in. Although I used a different like Chat GPT thing.
Oh, okay.
That one doesn't do the yo yo yo, but this one we got a yo yo yo. This is actually very insightful. I feel like I'm reading a self-help book right now. This is supposed to be a rap. All right.
Spit.
Yeah, here we go. Sipping whiskey, feeling tipsy, feeling free as I navigate this world, just trying to find my key. You see, my life's a maze full of twists and turns, but I stay true to myself, never concerned. You can't define me with your politics and religion. I'm a Zoroastrian soul breaking free from tradition. I'll study the Bible, embrace knowledge with precision, but my faith's my own. It's a personal decision. So good.
Pretty good.
In this rap game, I'm a lyrical magician, dropping knowledge, spreading love. That's my mission. Zoroastrianism, an ancient flame that burns bright, a message of unity, bringing darkness to the light. I respect your beliefs. Every faith has its place, but don't let religion divide us. Let's embrace grace. I'll sip my whiskey, pondering life's mysteries, contemplating the world, its history, and its miseries.
Ooh,
Man.
that felt like an Eminem line right there.
I know, right? From politics to religion, it's a tangled web we weave, but let's find common ground. Learn to coexist and believe in a world where differences are celebrated, not feared, where love and understanding reign and unity is revered.
Oh.
Damn. All right, last roast is the outro. So raise your glass, let's toast to diversity. Let's break down barriers, build bridges for eternity. Whiskey in hand, embracing life's contradictions. In this rap, I've shared my thoughts on politics, religion, and convictions.
Boom.
Boom. That was all right. The ending was kind of lame.
The ending, yeah. The ending
I should
was
have just
just
went
good.
without it. That was pretty dope, man.
I wasn't sure how that one was going to kind of like weave together, but that was
I know.
that was good.
Zoroastri. That was like a 6-syllable word, dude. That's hard to.
It seems like AI is aware of Zoroastrianism too.
It
right?
is, and and it was so simple. Zoroastrianism is good word, good deed, good thought. I think so. That's all you have to do is follow those 3 things. And if anyone disagrees with what you think is good, then you're supposed to kill them.
Well, it was going all right until that.
That sounds like a dictatorship.
That's what all religions are, bro.
So you just wipe out everyone who doesn't have the same beliefs as you.
Yeah,
It's a real solid way to live.
That's called religion, Rob. Golly, Where have you been the past 4,000 years?
I don't really know how to start a new topic, so we're just gonna do it. But
Is that when the first religion was started 4,000 years ago?
Zoroastrianism was founded 2000 BC. So yeah.
Okay.
And then I think Hinduism.
Give or take a few years, probably.
Hinduism was founded before that, and then you had. Tony, I feel like it's glossy.
you guys are losing me pretty quick.
it was
He's just gonna sign off.
Then Christianity. Oh, I'm sorry. Then Judaism. Then Christianity. Then Islam. And then Buddhism came after Hinduism from when Buddha sat under the Bodhi tree and became enlightened, which is actually a fig tree. If you're curious. Wake up! That's what my daughter does.
Grayson does that too. She's like, all right, time to sleep. Wake up!
Yep. Must be a kid thing.
Yeah.
All right. This is the point where we talk about anything we want, other than
What do you mean? This is what we've been doing.
politics and religion. We have been, for the last month or so, doing a Scott Fishbowl draft. So I briefly want to talk about that. I'm actually wearing our SFB 13 t-shirt in the Sprite division. It's a free fantasy football league where all the funds from buying t-shirts and things like that go to charity. Fantasy Cares, which is a children's charity against cancer, which is awesome. And then it's just massive following on Twitter that Scott Fish has built over the last 13 years. So the main thing I want to talk about is how difficult you guys are not.
Do you know how many leagues there are, like specifically? I want to say it was like 270 leagues or something like that.
I don't,
Wow.
but I remember going through the website to find the Sprite division, and I had to scroll for a long, long time. So it was a
Yeah.
lot.
And then they got the mirror leagues that Ryan and myself are in. I don't think there's as many of the mirror leagues, but
I was in 95, Mirror League 95 or something like that.
I was 70, I think 74.
So they probably did 100 because I got joined into that Mirror League the last day before it started. So
I think they had 9 live drafts all across the country. So there was actually one in Buffalo, downtown Buffalo. So it is becoming quite the event. Before I go any further, just in case someone from Scott Fishbowl is listening by chance, I did not make my selections by Rob and Ryan's choices. I don't want there to think that we were cheating in any way. They're not in the same division. But as I was drafting, because my draft was starting before their mirror leagues, I would just kind of run some ideas off of them. And really what we came to find out is how difficult it is for 3 people to have the same strategy for a draft and how differently 3 people can think about a player. So I don't know how the heck GMs and assistant GMs and scouts can ever draft anyone on draft night.
you know that's why they have the GM, the guy who makes
Final
the
decision
decisions.
maker, yeah.
Because he's got all these people telling him he might feel a certain way, and he just says, "You know what?
There's
Thanks
got
for
to
the
be
input."
I mean, just based on our experience with a fantasy football league, right? There has to be scouts out there who spend their whole year scouting guys, falling in love with players, pounding the table for guys in meetings, and then the GM just says, "Nah, we're not taking
No,
that guy."
we're not taking Anthony
then-
Richardson.
Oh yeah, Anthony. Gee whiz.
Like how frustrating that has to be.
Anthony's like, we're not gonna go with the guy with the elite, super elite upside. We're gonna go with Kirk Cousins. And I was like, are you serious?
He's going to have more points than Anthony Richardson does this year.
He will, but Anthony Richardson will score the points when it matters down the stretch.
It's also starting to sound like Anthony Richardson might start from day one. So
It does sound like that. So
we'll
took all the
see.
first team reps.
Every rookie has their growing pains. Dynasty, 100% of the way, I'm taking Anthony Richardson before I take Kirk Cousins. One season, which is what Scott Fishbowl is, sign me up for the almost guaranteed points.
I just had a thought pop into my head going back to scouts. Do you think so? If a scout's pounding the table for a guy, right? final decision comes from the GM, but do you think that scout feels like a little bit of the pressure that the GM feels then once they take his guy?
Oh,
do you think,
God, dude.
Like, I wonder, you don't really hear about scouts getting fired, but I wonder if scouts get fired for pounding the table for certain guys, you know?
That's so hard, though, because,
the first 3 or 4 picks, the GM's going to pick who they want at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So, but now rounds 5, 6, and 7, the GM...
When the GM hasn't seen all those guys.
Yeah, the GM probably doesn't even know half of those guys are. So that's where if you're in round 5 and the scouts are, pounding the table, then that's probably where they're nervous. But rounds 1 through 4, at the end of the day, it's either going to be the assistant GM or the GM making that call, in my opinion.
Yeah, because you see the GM list for those big fall college games, right? And it's like Bean and Carthon or whoever. They're all at these games for these big prospects, so they've seen them all in person. But yeah, you're talking small school guys; they probably never see them.
It's got to be an unbelievably high stress job. Expecting you need other people. This is one of those things where you need other people to succeed in order for you to be good. And it doesn't matter if you find good people; they have to be good athletes. You could find the best people in the world, bring them in, and be like, "This person would be perfect in my organization." And any other organization, they'd make your organization great. The culture would be better and all that stuff. But if they can't play football,
so we're talking Tim Tebow,
that basically, kind of guy. You bring him in, that don't mean anything, man. He was a failure as far as the NFL is concerned.
Yeah.
Although
he did take him to the playoffs one year. Right?
Yeah.
Failure's a little harsh, but I know what you mean.
Well, how many years was he in the NFL?
He was a very successful college player, right?
Yeah.
But maybe not so much the NFL.
He made... his brand made a lot of money, but he made enough money in the NFL to... I wouldn't say he's a failure, but not anywhere near what he was in college, obviously.
Yeah.
You know, can't say Daddy doesn't pray anymore?
Tim Tebow?
Tim Tebow. But that dude's praying every night. He's a good dude.
He is.
Not because he prays.
Every hour.
A good dude. Yeah, for sure.
And then I was also thinking, going into business with friends, that's why they say don't go into business with friends or family. We're just trying to draft a free fantasy football league. Now, by no means was anyone ever, mad
I was going to kill you when you took Kirk Cousins.
Arguing. But yeah, having a business with a family member, I could see why that's not sometimes a smart decision.
100%.
When money's on the line, things change a little bit.
Yeah, that's true. Sure. Do you guys like the last thing about SFB 13? Do you guys like the scoring format? I thought it was cool. Just to give a little background, they gave points per carry and points per first down. So to me, it made the running back more relevant. But what did you guys think?
I love it. I love weird formats. I'm all for it.
Hated it.
Too many people just want their just regular standard boring leagues. I love weird.
No. I don't want regular standard boring leagues. I don't want leagues where I have to draft running backs really high. And
you don't have to. There's a lot of these people out there that aren't even targeting running backs. Okay, but they're just going wide receiver heavy. And maybe
these
it works
RBs
out for them.
are projected.
I don't think it's gonna, based on what we decided. But
right, these RBs are projected to score 100, 150 points more than the top receivers. So it's why would you not go get the top running backs when they're there and they're projected to score more? I hate drafting running backs because they're just so volatile, and not even in terms of their scoring, just their health. It's so frustrating.
I agree where I look at my team or any team and I'm like, ew, because I'm thinking about it normal fantasy. But I do like the fact
That's the fun part, though. It's something different.
I like the fact that running backs, in my opinion, any of the top 10, whatever, Jonathan Taylor, Barkley, Jacobs, McCaffrey, whoever, they have more of an impact on the game than Tyler Boyd, the Bengals' third receiver. But in a lot of leagues, Tyler Boyd is going to outscore them on a given week because he got 3 catches and a touchdown, where Jonathan Taylor had 22 carries and 80 yards and no touchdown. So, Jonathan Taylor impacted the game way more, but in fantasy, he doesn't.
Well, Jonathan
You're
Taylor.
about to get Ryan started.
Let's do it.
You just opened up a can of worms here.
Let's go.
No.
Let's talk about running back pay while we're at it too.
That's what I was going to do. I was going to say, well,
I knew it
Jonathan
was
Taylor
coming.
did what about 100 other running backs in the league could have done. So that's why, I think. But at the same time, I mean, Tyler Boyd is one of the better slots in the league, but probably 10 to 20 other players could do what he does. So, maybe less. So I
don't disagree that 100 people on planet Earth could go for 22 carries and 80 yards. But what I'm saying is, in that, if that's week one, if that's the stat line, week one, Jonathan Taylor or whoever that has 22 carries and 80 yards, in my opinion, had more impact on the game than a receiver that had 3 catches for 24 yards and a touchdown.
Not me, man. You get that touchdown. That's 7 points. How many points does 80 yards give you?
I think it depends on how many first downs you get, right? If you're extending drives that lead to touchdowns. Yeah.
For sure.
But I do understand your point, for sure.
I think the difficult thing that, like, nobody wants to say it, but there are people out there saying it when it comes to the running back market, is that it's basic economics, supply and demand. There's the guys at the top, the very tip, like Christian McCaffrey, who are getting paid. But then you realize, like, these other guys that are getting up there, like Eckler and like Dalvin Cook doesn't even have a job right now, but these guys that want a lot of money, but they're old for the running back position. You can go out and get pretty much an undrafted guy and probably get the same production that they'll give you for less than $1 million a season. Like, it's tough, dude. It's tough. It doesn't mean that nobody feels bad for the running backs. Like, that sucks. You play a position that is worth a dime a dozen. Like, and you can be really good at your job, but so is 150 other players. They could do that really well. So it's really tough. Like, you want them to get paid because you realize that they play a sport that is very dangerous and harmful to their bodies, and you want them to be able to retire when they're done. But golly, man, you're doing something that a lot of people can do.
Argument then for kickers to make a lot more money, because even though it feels like there should be like so many people who can kick a football, there clearly isn't, because they all struggle in the NFL.
Right.
When you get someone who's actually good, it feels like they should sign bigger contracts. Like, what is Bash sign a contract? What did he sign for? Like $8 million a year or something?
Yeah, I think he's going to make, like, his total earnings after the end of his contract will be like 30-some million ish, which isn't bad for.
It's not bad for a kicker, but what about Justin Tucker? He's like the best kicker in the history of the game, and he's not making anywhere near like what some of the receivers, even tight ends, make.
Yeah, it's kind of my point. Like, most kickers can't touch what he can do, so shouldn't he get paid more? Like, why aren't the kickers making a big deal out of it?
Exactly. You start treating running backs with a special favor, and now all the positions are going to be like, what about us? Like, you just made this exception for the running backs, but tight ends are like, but we play offensive line and receiver. Like, we play 2 positions, so shouldn't we get paid for 2 positions?
We've gone back and forth for a month on the running back thing in our group chat, so I won't add too much. The only thing I'll say is the NFL needs to figure out, in my opinion, how to, when they are performing very well, to pay them more money, like AKA their rookie contracts. But again, I don't know how to structure that, because I agree, no one wants to pay a 26, 27, 28-year-old running back because they're washed up. But they also just performed very well for 4 years and got paid league minimum or whatever the case might be. But I don't know how you fix that, to be honest.
You just get real wild and you just say running backs aren't eligible for the draft. They're free to sign anywhere for whatever contract you want. How much would Bijan have gotten paid?
Probably a lot.
He's getting on his rookie deal.
Oh,
that sounds better than just take a running back position right out of the draft and think about that. It's a pretty good idea.
It just popped in my head right now. I was like,
But I mean, I do agree. Supply and demand. It is what it is. I don't know how you fix it.
It doesn't mean people don't feel bad for him. It just is what it is.
I don't know if they will fix it. Any other? Talk about Scott Fish Bowl, but that's all I
wanted
had.
to bring up. Did anyone in your leagues not take a second kicker? I guess it doesn't matter as much in the actual Scott Fish Bowl because it's not best ball, right? You could just pick one up. I think you have waivers. but the mirror leagues are best ball with no waiver moves. I think 3 out of the 12 teams in my mirror league drafted one kicker, which I thought was interesting. Your kicker gets hurt or cut, you got nothing from that position for the entire season.
Right.
Dunzo.
That was the other thing that I didn't like about. I mean, the Scott Fish Bowl is whatever. It's free and it's for charity, so you can't really. I didn't like this about it, but you know what I mean. Like drafting kickers. Come on, I hate. Like, who drafts kickers still? It's like drafting defenses.
You just made a whole argument how they should be getting paid more money.
They should. I also said that you shouldn't have to draft running backs, didn't I? I also said I don't want to value the running back so highly. But yes,
I'm going to create a fantasy league, and we're going to do defenses, running backs,
gross.
and Ryan has to join.
No,
Ryan wants a 10-league team that has 2 starting quarterbacks and 7 receivers.
I want a 12-team league that has 8 flex spots, so you can put in whatever position you want. A
8
starting
super
quarterback.
Flex spots. Boom.
What?
8 super flex spots. The first 3 rounds will just be all quarterbacks.
No. It has to be a starting QB, a super flex spot, and 7 flex spots after that. That's all I want. And we have that.
If only you didn't. If only you created that league.
It's called the Ultraflex Football League, and it's rocking.
Let's get real weird. Can we do like an offensive lineman fantasy football league?
How would an offensive lineman score? Pancakes,
yeah.
Based off of
if you allow a
PFF grades.
sack, you get minus points.
Negative points. That's what I was going to say. Yeah, your points might be negative for the week.
If your running back scores a touchdown, you get like 2 points or 3 points. Yeah.
If they ran through, if you had a lead block, like ran through your hole, something
maybe that would be your side.
Oh my gosh, that would be so difficult to track all that.
Yeah, never mind. Let's not do that.
Pick 11 guys each week, and then the highest score from PFF score is the winning team.
What? We're just trusting PFF scores here.
Yeah.
I just don't know any other scoring system that's out there.
Lineman, yeah.
What if you just drafted the team's linemen, and then you went by sacks allowed and pancakes, and basically you could only get negative points for sacks allowed, and pancakes get positive points.
So then it would just be like each team in the league has like 2 of them. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Never mind. I don't like it.
Boring.
It doesn't. None of it's going to be actual because like Josh Allen gets sacked all the time because he freaking hangs onto the ball while he's running around stiff arming people.
That's true.
It counts as a stack. But that's all I had. Do you guys have any other topics?
Yeah, I have something real quick. When you start the podcast, you go, "Ooh, welcome." What makes you start? So there's other consonants in the word welcome. Why don't you try doing it like on the L, like the woo?
Come.
No, you still did it with the woo. So
well, you do it.
Welcome to the Ultraflex.
I mean, that's what I just did. You just sounded. It was deeper.
All right. Well, how about you do it on the C then instead? So you go welcome.
So you can do the C. Yeah, try that.
How about you do the intro next time, and then you can do whatever you want.
I don't want to do the intro. That's your thing. Or if I do it, then I'm going to do it on the M. I'm going to go welcome.
I guess you could hold. That's, in my opinion, you either have to hold the L or hold the M. The ending.
Okay, I think I like
welcome.
the M.
You could just do like something with Ultraflex instead of welcome.
This is the Ultraflex Football Podcast. Wait, is that right? Is that what we're called?
Yeah.
Didn't even sound right.
The Ultraflex.
And everybody muted there. I just thought that was. I was just thinking. I was like, you always go. What if you just did it on another letter? But now we know why. It doesn't sound good.
Oh.
Good choice.
Yeah. I'll have to practice before next time.
I was just say, did you practice and you learned that's the best way to do it?
Our first episode. Actually, I think going way back, I think I didn't say it during the music, right? Because we couldn't figure out how.
Yes, I couldn't get it to blend.
Yes, I don't know. Maybe it was just the first time I actually did it over the music. It just came to me.
It just came naturally. Yeah.
And now you always hold it forever.
Yeah. Now it's just part of the intro.
Yeah.
If I don't do that, did we even start the podcast?
No, absolutely not. It's necessary at this point.
Exactly.
We need it. Keep it up.
But yeah, so I guess that will be it. I know we're supposed to not talk about football, even though we just spent 15 minutes talking about football. But Hall of Fame game starts tomorrow night, and then the football season's kind of here, which is crazy. I don't know when our next podcast will be. We've kind of just been going in and out as it aligned with family schedules and things like that. So maybe our next one will be right before week 1. Maybe it'll be next weekend when we're just hanging out. So we're not quite sure, but we will talk to you soon. And
When
thank
the
you for
stars
hanging
come
out.
Shit, I forgot one of my song titles. When the stars come out, it's time for Ultraflex to begin. So
No, you got to do a whole. You got to do a whole album.
no, that's not fair. You were trying to close us out, and I wasn't done talking yet.
No, I closed it out already.
What I was gonna say was that this is kind of like our practice. This isn't our practice. This is like our warm up to the Ultraflex Football podcast. Like this is Ultraflex Offseason. We're kind of getting our flow, we're getting our rhythm, and then when Ultraflex Football comes out, we'll be just boom, like those drops will be. You'll be like Rob segment. Wait, we're not doing segments, but you know what I mean. It'll be like boom, and then I drop it'll be super good and in sync.
What
The
Ryan
juices
said.
will be flowing.
The
Yes.
juices will. Is that a song title?
No. Sounded like it.
All right. I'm done.
I'm done. But that's it. That's all she wrote. Thanks for listening this time, and we will see you next time. Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Go Titans. Go Bills. I know. Rob gets mad when it's not ends on. It's like bad juju
Hey,
or something.
I did not say anything. The season hasn't even started yet.
It looked like you were getting frustrated, though. I had to do it.
No.
What's up, Ultraflexers? Thank you for listening to our show. We appreciate all of you for your support. If you would like to support us even more, we have a website, ultraflexfootball.com. Or if you could like or subscribe to us wherever you get your podcasts or on YouTube, that would be awesome. We would also really appreciate it if you would rate our show. Plus, of course, if you didn't like it, then maybe make a donation on our website so that we can make the show better, just for you. You can also leave us a voicemail on our website if there's something you'd like us to share or talk about, and then maybe we'll play it on the podcast. Once again, we appreciate all of you, and we look forward to talking random stuff again next week. Oh yeah, and some football.